I'm joined now by another N-Europe staff member, Mr. Dennis Thomas, famous for the eShop list. And Dennis is actually going to talk about 2 games today. So I'll let you decide which one you want to talk about first, Dennis. So what are we going to hear about, first of all?
Good morning. We're going to talk about 2 Mario games.
We are.
One from the main series and one of the spin-off series.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just start with the most obvious one, the main series one. And for me, the best Super Mario main series game is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. So what is it about Super Mario World that you think is particularly special?
To me, it's special because the Super Nintendo was the first home console we got.
Mm-hmm.
That, of course, is like that magic first moment you never forget. I played Nintendo at friends' houses, like Super Mario, Mario Bros. 1, Mario Bros. 3. Always good fun. But that moment when we got our Super Nintendo from ourselves with Super Mario World, that was just magical. You could play it anytime you wanted. So yeah, that definitely adds to the whole point. But I also think still it's one of the best Mario games out there because it introduced a lot of good things. The graphics, Super Nintendo graphics have aged perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
You can play to this day and age, still plays like a charm. The soundtrack is great. Even with like those little touches, you know, when you hop onto Yoshi, you get that extra drum beat in the soundtrack.
Yep.
Stuff like that, detail that's just amazing. And it's just so much fun to play. There are so many different worlds. You have all those different exits, something which you didn't really have in the first in the Nintendo Mario Bros. Games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all in all, just a great all-round game.
I agree completely. Do you remember the year when you got the Super Nintendo?
That's a very good one. I remember I was. I think it's a Dutch thing, but you know you can get these diplomas for swimming.
Yeah.
And I know I got my first diploma, so that basically means you can be thrown into the water without drowning. And when we got home, it was around Christmas time. It was there in the as a Christmas gift / congratulations on your swimming diploma gift.
Excellent.
Super Nintendo with Mario World. So I'm guessing that must be around, I think age 7 or 8 or something. Mm-hmm. So that must be 93, 94 or something, I guess.
Yeah, excellent. The same thing happened to me as well. My first home console was a Super Nintendo with Super Mario World and Top Gear, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Top Gear was the other game that we got. But
cool.
I agree with you completely. Like Super Mario World, I'd also played Mario 2 and 3 at my neighbor's house. So having my own console and own Mario game especially was very, very exciting, and I played it for hours and hours and hours. Now, you mentioned about the multiple exits. Have you finished Super Mario World with 96 exits found?
I have, yeah.
Many times?
Quite so many times. It was also back in the day, you know, when you just had the one console with a few games and a lot of time as a kid. Yeah. So I just played it over and over again. So these days I never play a game twice quite often. But back in the day you just kept playing games like 2, 3, 4, 5 times, even more times. And I'm not sure if as a kid I always went to the 96 exits ones, but in the end I did. You know, I think the color in the menu changes to show that you finished it completely.
The enemies also change, recently, I think, don't they?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And since it's on the SNES Online app now, quite recently I played it with Glenn from the forums. And it was the first time I played the game in maybe 10 years or something. And it was a really cool experience because some things I've just proper forgotten. And it was, oh yeah, this happened, that happened. And some levels you could just switch on your muscle memory, breeze through them, just run through secret exits, stuff like that. It's really funny how your memory works in that regard. So it was a delight to play it again.
Do you think it holds up still?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
There's enough stuff in there to keep it fresh. Yoshi's introduction, finding the exits. Like I said, the soundtrack and the graphics just hold up this day. There are some weird parts, you know, you like with the cape, you can basically skip whole levels flying around.
True.
But that's part of the charm.
Yeah, I think for me it's probably the best 2D Mario still. I don't know if that's nostalgia, but having played All Stars on the SNES app as well, I'm pretty confident in saying that World is the best 2D game, I think. The most fun, at least, anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Often people say Mario Bros. 3 is the best one.
Yeah.
But it's pretty linear and it has some cool levels. But the little mysteries in Mario World, in the overworld and in the levels. For example, in the Forest of Illusions, where you go round and round if you don't find the hidden exits. Stuff like that is just priceless.
I agree. Do you have any standout worlds or levels from Super Mario World? Anything that really sticks in the memory? Because I would say Forest of Illusion for me is a real highlight of that game. And Chocolate Island as well, probably.
All right, yeah, Chocolate Island I think is one of my least favorite ones.
Oh, really?
I really don't like it. It's always fun, of course, going into the Star Road and then into the Special Zone. Some levels there just get pretty weird.
They do.
But I really like the Forest of Illusions one. And also the second world. I'm not sure which one it is. Just because it's nice and varied.
Donut Plains, and the second one.
Something which as a kid, I didn't realize because I wasn't that much into the Mario lore. But at the end of the Chocolate World, you have the sunken ship.
Yes.
That's, of course, pretty cool because basically it's one of the flying ships from Mario Bros. 3, I think, that sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
I'd never thought about that before. That's interesting. I'd never thought about that. It's a lore. Yeah, it is lore. All right, excellent. Yeah, I think Super Mario World, is one of the best, not just SNES games, not just Mario games, but one of the best games ever. And I would like to go for it as well, actually. I haven't played it on the SNES app, so that's one to come for the future. But the second game you're going to talk about is something that I've never played before. Is Game Boy Advance game, right? Or is it a DS game?
It's a Game Boy Advance game, yeah. It's been remade onto the 3DS, but I never played the remake, but I played the original one on the Game Boy Advance. And it's Mario&Luigi SuperStar Saga.
So this is an RPG, right?
Yeah, it's like an action RPG with some cool mechanics in it. I have to say, when I played that one, I never played a Paper Mario game before. And now looking back to it, there are quite some similarities between the Paper Mario series and the Superstar series. But at that time when I first played it, I played like the main Mario games, the Super Mario games. This is something completely different. There was a lot of more dialogue, RPG style. You could level up, you get different equipment. But it was mostly the humor that really intrigued me. There was like the whole game is like one big pun, and every other minute you see some jokes. It's really well done. Basically, you start off as Mario and Luigi. Somebody steals the voice of Peach, and you have to go back to get Peach's voice back. Mario, of course, is the hero. Luigi's tagging along, and he's like this green guy, like nobody knows him. And that's like the running gag through the whole game. You have Mario, and the other guy, the green guy. And you quickly you wind up in a different kingdom, Bean Kingdom, and there you are like this superstar, and you have to rescue Peach's voice back from I think the name was Cacletta or something. But the whole style is just really funny, and the play mechanics are good as well.
Is it like, do you have real-time battles, or is it sort of like RPG style? You hit an enemy on the world map and it goes into a battle system? Yeah,
like that, but with a twist. Basically, you hit an enemy on the world map and you go into a battle. But you can, for example, jump on the enemy in the world map, and then you start off with some extra damage.
It's like Paper Mario.
Or you can have
like
Paper Mario. Or you can have like this thunder shock hands or a hammer. You can whack someone and they're stunned at the beginning of the match. And it's turn-based, so you can just say you attack, the other one attack. But it's also, I think, like Paper Mario, where you can perform an extra action. So, for example, A is jump on the enemy. And when you press A the right time again, you do some extra damage. Vice versa, when the enemy comes attacking you, you can dodge his attacks. Like you can jump over it, or maybe if you have the hammer, you can hit it back. So it's quite interactive. And I think the biggest difference from Paper Mario is that you also have Luigi into the picture. And basically, Mario's actions are tied to the A button, and Luigi's are tied to the B button.
Interesting. Okay.
So, for example, an enemy attacks. Say you have like a Magic Koopa who shoots a ball of energy. It may be red or green, and then you know, oh, he's going to attack Luigi or Mario. It's every attack is like has a hint in it.
Okay.
Who's going to be attacked, and then you can respond with the right button. So you really have to pay attention to what visual or audio trigger you have. Who's going to be attacked? So that's really cool.
Okay, I don't really know anything about this game, but you're really selling it to me. I'd like to try it and see how long approximately does it take from start to finish to complete.
I really can't remember because I've played it I think twice, both in the GBA days and good question. I think it must be around 20 hours or something.
That's not too bad. That's
but
nice.
Of course, there are like all these collectibles you can do. You can brew coffee. You can find coffee beans to brew coffee to get some extra power-ups, stuff like that. And it's also cool because I think now that's one of the criticisms on the new Paper Mario, that a lot of the characters are blended out like general characters. So, everyone is a toad by now.
Yeah.
But in that one, I think EGAT made an appearance.
Oh, wow.
The one from Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Toadsworth is there. Bowser is there as well, who loses his memory. And then he becomes like this general rookie thug, working together with some thief. All this kind of humor is really good. So, definitely worth playing it again.
Well, hopefully it'll come to the eventual Nintendo Switch Online service as a Game Boy game, a Game Boy Advance game, but we'll see about that. Have you played any of the sequels, the Mario and Luigi sequels?
I played, let me think, the second one I think is
Bowser's Inside Story, or is that something different?
Yeah, I think that's the third one. The second one is where you have the baby Mario and baby Luigi with you. Not sure what the name is again. Was it Dream Team Brothers?
Yes, Dream Team. That sounds right, yeah. That sounds right.
I played that one, and I played a bit of Bowser's Inside Story. And after that I kind of fell off the series. It would be nice if they bring out a new one. I know they remade like the first one on the 3DS with Bowser's Minions included. But if I never played it, but if I look at the trailers, it kind of lost this really hand-drawn graphics which the original one had, and that was part of the charm for me.
So you'd recommend playing the original over the
I think
remake,
recommend play the original. Go back to that one. Definitely worth it. It's a really cool spin-off.
All right, good stuff. You've really sold that game to me now. I want to try it, but we'll see if it comes to Switch one day. Hopefully it will.
Yeah, cross our fingers.
All right, well, thank you very much, Dennis, for joining us and talking about a good game, well, a very good game, and a spin-off game. I think you're the only person who's had 2 games, but okay, good stuff. And hopefully we'll hear from you again soon in the future.
Cool, thanks for having me.
No problem, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.